Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And we should be live on Facebook now. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I'm Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well, hope your weekend's going great. We're going to talk about the market. I'll talk about Bitcoin also, and we will go over some amazing swing ideas for next week, okay, or for this week. Before we start, as always, standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to download the ebook. Link for that is in the description. If you have any questions at all, make sure to reach out, info@t3live.com. And if you find benefit in today's video, be sure to hit the like button. 2 weeks ago, I did a video where I went over Bitcoin and I predicted that this sell setup would fail. I drew these little circles to show you the lower highs, 1, 2, 3, and the lower lows, 1, 2. This is the first low, and then I showed you the higher low that we got, and so I expected this prior high to get taken out, and I said I expect the sell setup on the weekly chart, that was 2 weeks ago, to fail. That's exactly what's happening. So Bitcoin is looking really good. I also went over Ether. Let's see what Ether is doing. Ether is doing actually better than Bitcoin. It has a beautiful monthly buy setup. Ether is not late at all. Bitcoin, you're a little bit late now, but Ether is not late at all. That's a beautiful monthly chart. So I'm liking Bitcoin a lot. I'm also liking the equities market a lot. And we're gonna go over it. But now I'm seeing people talk about Bitcoin. I told you about it 2 weeks ago. Now I'm seeing gurus out there tell you about Bitcoin after it's already ran up $8,000. So it's crazy. All right, so here's the equities market. Bullish, very sloppy, you know, a lot of red, a lot of green, but the uptrend is intact. We have a beautiful uptrend. That's the Qs, that's a SPY making new all-time highs. But again, not every day is a bullish day. This has been an easy market to predict as far as the trend goes. A difficult market to predict as far as the day-to-day goes, because it's choppy. It's a little bit choppy. The SPY is the least choppy, but the Qs and the SPY, oh boy, a lot of choppiness. So, you know, the trend is up, the bias should be bullish. Besides, I can't find good shorts for the life of me. I can only find 1 or 2 here and there, but not a lot. So here's what I found for this week. There's a much longer list in the video description if you wanna get that. But there is, these are the ones that I like the most. So AMPX is an hourly daily base breakout. So up here long, I don't know what the exact entry would be in this case. You should be able to figure that out by looking at your charts. It's basically the highest point. So that's 145, that's 144, 43. So it's over 145. The stop can be as tight as under 120, or if you want to give it a little more room, I'd give it to 114 or so. Target, it's written all over, $2, the 200 MA. That's the first idea. I also told you about ARK, that I think ARK is bottoming on the monthly chart. I'm in it already. This is a nice monthly chart, very nice monthly chart. I'm looking to add to the ARK over 48.15 or something like this. Yeah, 48.10, 48.11. Now, truth be told, ARK needs to clear that breakout failure. You see that breakout? Broke out and then completely failed. So that's 49.50. I just don't want to wait, because then it's a big stop. Okay, then it's a big stop. So you don't want to do that, because then it's all you can do is very small size, because the stop can't be changed. The stop is here. It's not like if I waited here I can use this as a stop. I don't think so. The stop is the stop. The entry we have a little more control over. And if you wait for it to take out 49.50, which is what I'm looking for it to do before I get really, really bullish on it, then I won't make much money even if it were to go to $70, because my stop is really, really big. So that's my risk. So I'm always thinking about the reward to risk. I'm not looking to, you know, I don't want the risk to be big, because then the reward, even if it is big compared to the risk, it's not that much. So that's the issue with the ARK. Okay, CTSH is a big stop, but looks good. Look at that's a daily breakout. Look at the weekly. that's a nice chart. It should be higher to probably 90 bucks, probably. So I like it higher over the base, whatever the highest point is in that base. Stop under the breakdown failure, that shakeout, which is 74.27. Disney already triggered, but I'm looking to add to it, just like the ARK. Right here, long, stop right here. Disney can use this as a stop, but I wouldn't. Especially if you're looking at the Disney as a long-term play. You don't want to get shaken out of it. See the monthly? That looks good. Actually, the Disney looks very much like the lift on the monthly chart. Lift looks a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. They both look good. I'm in both. If I have an open house this week, if you sign up, you can see my entire portfolio with the entries, the stops, the targets, the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. So check it out, okay? You can. You probably received an email from T3 already. Okay, ENLC is an oil stock. Probably going to be slow, but if you want exposure to oil, there it is, base breakout. Over the base, stop under it on the ENLC. Probably not the, the growth that you would expect from, or the momentum that you'd expect from a growth stock, from a high-tech stock, but still looks good. The forward looks good, FWRD. So as a 1, 2, 3 over 40.50 by 38.38, or can also give it more room and use the big stop and look to hold it to 50 bucks, which is the 20 MA on the monthly chart. Notice every bar is green, so I like it. The KZIA is a penny stock. If you zoom out a little, well, I don't need to zoom out. The chart is big enough already. So it's got like a 1, 2, 3. It's not exactly a 1, 2, 3. Cleared the base already. Long, stop, and maybe gets to $1. Maybe. Not too sure about this one. That's why I'm passing on it, but it's an idea if you like penny stocks. Match.com looks pretty good. Look at the monthly. Looks amazing. Over that bar's high. Yeah, it's over 38.52, but I'd give it a little bit of room because it already cleared it. So it's actually over 38.80 with a stop under the base on the daily chart, under the pivot, under 36.35, 36.25. Entry up here, stop under as a longer term play. The Newell I'm not, or NWL I'm not really as sure about because it's not a tight stop. So long over the base, stop maybe here, and that's target 1. It may be bottoming, especially if you look at the weekly chart. It might be bottoming. A lot of stocks are bottoming, but it's hard because it's right into decline 20 on the monthly chart. So this one, is just an idea. PayPal is like the match also. It's a nice transition on the monthly chart. There it is. Looks beautiful. QTWO, I played it 2 or 3 times in the newsletter last year or this year, and it's such a beauty. I regret getting shaken out of it, but as you can see, it never takes out a prior bar's low on the monthly chart ever since it broke out, right? It never took out the prior bar's low on the monthly, ever. So I'm thinking, what if I play it on the daily breakout and trail it bar by bar on the monthly chart and, see how far it goes. What if it keeps going like the Spotify did? Same kind of pattern, kept going. So that's an idea on the QTWO, over the base, stop under it, and looks good as a monthly bar by bar management. QURE, I'm not as sure about this one. It's got a super tight stop, 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So short, long above, stop below. Not as sure about it, but it is a really pretty chart. Maybe target around 8, 9 bucks, something like this on the QURE. ROKU is like PayPal on the monthly and the weekly. Looks good. Okay, looks wonderful. Already have 2 positions in it. So I like it. I like it a lot. Hopefully gets up to 100 bucks. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, over the base, stop under the 20 MA under this pivot, or you can give it more room and put it under 71.75. SCPX, we'd have to probably open up the chart for you to see it. So let's change the scaling to logarithmic. There it is. I'm not a penny stock kind of guy. I know some of you are, but truth be told, when the market is really bullish, especially when the IWM is bottoming, as I think it is, I think it's higher, a lot of the penny stocks, they just explode. They don't go from 80 cents to 85 to 90. they go from from 80 cents to 2 to 3 to 4. So this is an idea over the base, okay, over like whatever the bar's high is, 86, stop under 70, maybe gets to up here, who knows? You can never know when it comes to penny stocks. So that's the SCPX. Tesla did very well on it. It reached target 1, the prior high, and then we trailed out of it before the event because it started to fail, started to look really bad on the single most important, most bullish event in Tesla's history, maybe, and the stock started to break down, started to fail. So I was like, that can't be good. So this was an official call in the newsletter, and the exact target was $14 on the TSLL, and the exact trail on the back half was under 1138. So 1134, okay, is where I trailed it. So before the event, having said that, if we look at the, so TSLL, just so you know, issues a dividend, and it always looks a little bit weaker than Tesla. So I like to look at the Tesla chart when I'm evaluating whether I want to do the play or not. But I like to play TSLL because it doesn't use up as much buying power. It's a lot less expensive, and it's leveraged. It's 2-to-1 leverage. So you got it. So I like to use Tesla when I'm doing my analysis, but I like to execute on the TSLL. So if we look at Tesla weekly chart, that's a buy setup on the weekly. It's not the best, but what if we played it long over 224.26, stop under 213.74? I still ultimately like it higher long term. It's a deep pullback, so who knows if it will work or not. But that's the idea. And instead of Tesla, I would use the TSLL. But if you look at the weekly, that's a weekly buy side. If you look at the monthly, still looks good. Still looks higher. Of course, that red bar was a deep pullback. So it almost negated that big green bar, almost. So it's just an idea. Over the weekly bar's high, last week's high, stop under it, okay, on the Tesla. Wolf is a little too late. I mentioned it actually as a long over that bar's high on the weekly chart. It's a little bit late, but with Bitcoin getting really hot, you know how it goes. When Bitcoin gets hot, it just keeps going. So over here long, stop right here, target 1 maybe, 650, and then target 2 would be the 200 on the monthly chart, about $9, $9 to $10 up here. Maybe 9, let's just say 9. So it should be higher. Zillow, already an open position from way back here. So I like to add to it over the pivot. So, okay. Actually, I added to it already, but if there's a weekly buy setup, if you want to do it, monthly looks higher for sure to $100. For me, that looks higher to $100. Okay, when it gets to 100, you'll see trading gurus talk about it, how bullish it is. By that time, it's already too late. You know what I mean? So I like Zillow and I like Redfin. Redfin is weaker, but it's actually prettier, especially on the weekly chart. Has a nice weekly buy setup. So just in case this works, I mean, as a long-term play to 50 or so, you know, I'm looking to give Redfin a try as well. So long over 1150, stop can be as tight as 1040. So 1150 by 1046, or safer would be 960.69. So up to you. In terms of the shorts, I got these four. We have ENPH as a breakdown, hourly based breakdown. If you look at the weekly and the monthly, the ENPH looks really, really bearish. In fact, it's not just the ENPH, the entire solar sector looks terrible. So to here, okay, on the ENPH. The Liberty looks lower. It's a 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart after a bearish gap down under a base. So short under this bar's low, stop above it, and then target is probably not that big. It's over here. So 1670 or so. The PENG is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So like it lower. It already triggered on Friday. I'm not in it, but looks nice. Looks lower. Like it. Gapped under a base also, with room to fall all the way down to here, basically to 1350. And then the PRCT, let's take a look at it on the daily chart. It looks slower on the daily. It has like a 1, 2, 3, broke down, and then a doji bar, so under the doji, stop above it, and maybe gets to 65, maybe gets to even the 200. It's coming into the rising 20 on the weekly, so it's a little bit difficult. And those are all the shorts that I could find. In fact, 2 of them were emailed to me by a student of mine that, you know, every weekend he sends me some ideas, most of which I already have, but this week there were 2 that I actually didn't have on my list. So those are all the shorts. That should tell you what kind of market we have. It's really, really bullish. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you in the open house this week. And that's it. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Have a great trading week next week. Take care.